All right, Neil, another wild game here at Beaver Stadium. Yep. Penn State survives this one 30-24. Nick Scott with a huge interception. Iowa just couldn't close. Penn State closed the deal today, which they couldn't do the last two home games. What was the difference today?
Well, I think the defense really closed the game on their terms. You know, the offense hasn't been able to finish these games with the 4-minute offense, but this was a case where the defense played, you know, real well through most of this game, and really kind of deserved to close it out, right. And did. I think in some ways the defense grew up today. A lot of their younger players played real well, in addition to Scott and some of their veterans. And
to be fair, the defense wasn't why they lost to Ohio State. I know they gave up points late, but that's because the offense couldn't close the deal. The defense certainly wasn't why they lost to Michigan State. So let's give those guys credit. They did close the deal today. The offense could not get a first down on 3rd and 4 when you need a first down to win the game. They run McSorley right up the gut again. Neil, I think this program is unable to solve some of these problems that just keep reoccurring. Now, they won today, but it was the same deal with a couple minutes to go.
Yeah, they have not. Their 4-minute offense, I mean, what a gutsy performance by McSorley. Comes back from injury, at least moved them down the field a couple times, and they were able to get field goals. It wasn't, they didn't have to turn the ball back to Iowa as quickly as maybe they've done in the past, but yeah, they've not been able to finish these games on their terms on offense. I thought maybe one of the biggest plays in the game was when they went down to the 10-yard line. They're up 27-17 going in with 12 minutes to go, and they fumbled. Yeah. I mean, that was almost a killer. Of course, Iowa came back and gave it right back to them on an even bigger turnover. So maybe not the most well-played game at times, really entertaining. Yeah. Hey, 3 games in a row here. Everyone who was here had to stay here till the very end.
Hey, look, Jake Penninger with 3 field goals, over 40 yards, including one of 49. That was awesome for that kid. He was the difference in the game. James Franklin was asked about Iowa's fake field goal for a touchdown and said, hey, they made an awesome play, but we won the game. He was clearly perturbed at the line of questioning. The bottom line is Penn State played pretty lousy for large portions of this game. It was an awful first quarter, just all kinds of mistakes, not prepared to play at all, but they won the game. And McSorley comes back from the injury. They make plays when they have to make them, and this is just an example. This is not an elite football team. I'm not sure it's a great football team, but it's a football team that finds itself in these kinds of games a lot.
Yeah, and so does Iowa. You know, I think one thing James pointed out is they practiced against that fake field goal, and still they seem surprised by it. But their special teams improved in the second half. They made their field goals. They got the big kickoff return from Hamler. Gillikin punted better. So they did better in the second half. McSorley had a tremendous run after he was hurt. So I think they showed some improvement other than the 4-minute offense in the second half.
Hey, look, we'll criticize Ricky Ronnie at times for some play calls. Tremendous play call on McSorley's 51-yard touchdown run. That was his first run coming back from the injury, and it was wide open, and DeAndre Tompkins did a great job blocking downfield to spring them for that huge touchdown. But Trace McSorley, never been hurt. He goes down on the field the opening moments of the second quarter. You're just thinking, oh no. He is a tough son of a gun. He said his dad came over to the rail and told him I love you, and what a special moment that was for Trace McSorley to help get him back in the mindset to go back in the game. Just what a great kid and what a competitor that guy is.
And James said he thinks he's the toughest player in college football. The best all-around player in college football. Clearly he's not going to probably get invited to the Heisman, but James Franklin saying what he means here, and hey, he has 2 games left here at Beaver Stadium, and certainly he should be appreciated. Real quick, I thought it was very classy of James Franklin to open the press conference with the thought of the 11 people that were tragically taken in Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh. James has some Pittsburgh roots. A lot of us were really shaken by that today, and I thought that was appropriate and a nice touch.
James Franklin has a lot of good perspective. James Franklin has done a lot of great things with this program. This was a win he had to have. If they would have lost this on some crazy play, there would have been a lot more criticism. But look, the bottom line is they found a way to win this one. They've lost 2 games. The season is still going very well. They got to go to Michigan, and that's going to be tough. But look, they're still looking at maybe 10-2, 9-3. And that's about where everybody thought they would be.
Yeah, and I think the big thing is you look at some of these other, you look at Ohio State that goes and gets blown out of Purdue.
Wisconsin has fallen apart.
Pretty much been in every game since that Michigan game 2 years ago. They really haven't been blown out. So there's something to be said for that as well. And so based on that, I would expect at least a competitive game.
Yeah, you'd hope so. Penn State has got to play well for 60 minutes. This program's biggest issue is playing well and consistently from start to finish. Now, a lot of teams have trouble with that, and Penn State can be really, really good for a lot of those 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But they were really bad for a lot of these 60 minutes.
I think a lot of it was special teams.
Yeah.
And I think this is kind of underestimated, and it's probably a separate thing, but, he has a lot of new coaches and new roles, and I think it just might have been a bigger transition than maybe most people expected, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Plus, you have a new special teams coach. So the only guy on the offensive side of the ball who's in the same role this year as last year is Lime Grover. And in the second half, I thought the offensive line played better too.
All right, they got out here with a win. Iowa's really got to be kicking itself, throwing an interception with a veteran quarterback inside the 10. Great play by Nick Scott on first and goal.
Down,
Here's the thing. Penn State will, we won this game. Iowa's going to be, we lost this game.
Yeah.
And that's the way things go in sports.
Fine line between winning and losing.
Yeah. All right. For Neil, I'm Cory. Thanks to Caleb on our video.